It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. My friends, on today's episode, I am returning to one of the more provocative artists that I have come across in my time as the Daily Doug. We're listening to some new music by Ren today, and it's always an adventure with Ren and his music. He is a Welsh singer-songwriter, a rapper, a producer, a director, and now a very popular artist all around the world. I was first made aware of him and his music back in 2023. I reacted to his breakout song, his breakout hit called Hi Ren, and I was absolutely flabbergasted by it. Y'all, I was fascinated by his sound, by his lyrics, his delivery, the cinematography, the way that they shot the video, the raw nature of his music, the way that it just cuts through all the bullshit and just hits right at you, and his vulnerability in the way that he delivers it, his vulnerability as a performer, just in all aspects. I was ready to go. And it surprised me, y'all, because rap or hip hop or that style of music hasn't typically been the style of music that really gets my motor running. Personally, I recognize the artistry and I respect the artistry, but it's never been a particular style of music that I've directly sought out. But when I heard Ren, I was like, I need to hear more from this guy. So that's what I did. We went on to react to a song called Animal Flow. That was in episode 584. We listened to The Tale of Jenny and Screech. That was episode 616. We got to the big one, Money Game, parts 1, 2, and 3. A remarkable piece. That was episode 674. That one, Money Game, won him many accolades and awards, and it helped drive his album Sick Boy to the top of the charts, an independent artist to the top of the charts in England. So most recently, we heard his Cujo breakdown, or I should say beatdown, which discussed some copyright disagreements that he had involving the title track to his Sick Boy album. And so when I was made aware that within the last month, Ren has released not one but two interrelated new songs with accompanying videos, I decided that I needed to listen to them. And of course, I want to share my reaction with all of y'all here on YouTube. So the songs are called Vincent's Tale, and my headphones are not plugged in, but I'm going to make sure that happens right now. Plug in. Okay. We're going to make it right, y'all. So the first song that he dropped is called Vincent's Tale, Sunflowers, and then in parentheses, it's called Prologue. So we get an introduction to Vincent and whatever his story is. And then the second song that he dropped is called Vincent's Tale, SelfPortrait. The second one's a little bit longer. Both of them together are about 11 or 12 minutes in total. So that's not too long for us. And both of these, y'all, both of these videos in less than a month are already well over a million views. And I've been eager to hear what he's up to now, and now's the time. So let's get to it. Up first is Vincent's Tale, Sunflowers, and it is listed as a prologue. So let's go along for a real adventure. I am going off of previous great stuff from him. I haven't even taken a snippet, a look at it. All of this will be completely brand new to me. Megan hasn't even looked at it, y'all. So both of us were like, are we sure we're doing Ren? I guess we are. So on the power of his reputation, I am ready to listen to Vincent's Tale, Sunflowers, the prologue to our story. Here we go.
Tragic scenes last night in London. A 14-year-old girl was found dead from a fatal stab wound.
Uh-oh.
Her attacker, A 14-year-old boy is in critical condition after a violent altercation with a police officer. Over to reporters on the ground for more.
Shit.
Oh, such a beautiful shame. The sunflowers will when the skies do not rain. It's a story I'm sure we all know.
6, 3
It's a
down
moment
bottom.
of madness
5,
inside
B
of
flat,
the woes.
F.
We all fall down in London town. Shaky ground carries me. Whoa, rains down.
Wow.
Blindingly loud. Never surrender.
Listen to them go. Lovely trumpet. D minor up to A, resolves up to B flat, and then down to F. So he's doing 1 to 5 in D, and then 4 to 1 in relative major.
Oh, what a terrible scene.
Boom.
Here lie the corpses of corporate machines.
In the new key.
Planting seeds
Kinda fun.
where the grass
It's not
never
really changing keys,
grows.
though.
But the grass, it stays greener in places unknown as we all fall down.
And now he's lighting the joint.
In London town, shaky ground carries me. Whoa, rains down, blindingly loud, never surrender.
Cool rhythm. The way that they shoot this is incredible, isn't it, y'all? Ah, and there's Ren, now on the television. And now we're in the television. Cool. Okay. Okay. Having a beer. Having a smoke. Going home. Watching TV. Getting up. Going to work. At work. Okay, I get it. Same old routine. The monotony of it. And listen to him speeding up the descending line. It's going down by chromatic half steps. We're spiraling. I'd watch him in a movie. He has such presence, doesn't he? Okay. Vincent's Tale. The Prologue. I guess these are showing us what's coming. We'll get to that soon enough. It's provocative, isn't it? And musically, he's giving us sounds that are relatively straightforward, right? Although he's kind of speech singing and going pretty quickly with his language, the music is sturdy, y'all. And he's going up and down. When you get to the chorus, as we all fall down in London town, shaky ground carries me. And he got to war rains down, just singing his guts out. Carries me, war rains down, blindingly loud, never surrender, he says. Verse 2, oh, what a terrible scene. Here lies the corpses of corporate machines planting seeds where the grass never grows. But the grass, it stays greener in places unknown. And then back to the chorus. As we all fall down in London town, shaky ground carries me. War rains down blindingly loud. Never surrender. And then we end up going from this guy who's enjoying a little joint in his flat to watching the television. And there we get an introduction to Ren, I think, as Vincent here. So I need to get to the actual non-prologue, the actual one. So after this, about I think a week after this, he released Vincent's Tale SelfPortrait. This one's a little over 7 minutes long, and it's got a bunch of words in it. And if I know anything about Ren, it's going to be personal, it's going to be in your face, and it's going to be intense. So let us prepare. This is going to be Vincent's Tale SelfPortrait. Here we go. Aha. So we're coming back to this little bar establishment. Pays his bill. Takes one last shot. And he's heading out. What is going to happen? Huh. Look at the camera angles. Oh, that's the guy from the apartment. They must be shooting this in the middle of the night. There's nobody there. Listen to the twanginess in those strings.
Come on, let's have it, you miserable prick. I will do what I want. I will drink till I'm sick to my stomach. I'm sick of the same boring songs. I am sick of these pavements I find myself on.
Sick of the
Great
streets.
Britain, I hate you. I'll say that with pride. It's my right to be violent when you fed me lies.
Wow. Same key.
I'm a rotter,
D minor.
a menace when I want to be, and I'll work for that right because nothing comes free. I have slaved all my life.
Slaved all my life.
In a dull 9 to
In a dull 9 to
5.
5.
I just rinse and repeat while I'm barely alive.
And we're
Great
still
Britain, I love you with
on a single take.
murderous glee. I will
We haven't cut,
do
y'all.
to this country what you've done to me.
I will do to this country what you've done to me.
I want to tear apart these buildings from the cinder blocks they stand. Leave this town in dust and rubble. Make some trouble with my hands. I won't lie, I'm fucking wasted. But I wasted all my youth and I've stayed so
Makes it
down
seem like he's
complacent.
really
Getting
drunk,
wasted
right?
is my truth.
Yeah.
So my style of self-expression is a fist into the gut. It's throwing up upon these pavements. Shut your fucking mouth, you slut. Banished angel, I am Lucifer. Might reign like Genghis Khan. Soon you will all know my name. I am the storm after the calm. I'm the victim of the victim list. The pill that makes you sick. I am chaos incarnate.
Chaos incarnate.
Let's fucking have it then, you prick.
He has
Now the rules of
hit
the
the end
street
of his
fight are
rope, hasn't
simple.
he?
It's pretty much anything goes. Keeping the street pretty firm on your feet. It pays to be sweet on your toes. And fools they have fallen for clumsy mistakes. Late to react, cop the fist to the face. Now the rules of the street fight are simple. Break that little prick's nose. throw a punch, you swallow it, follow it, grab the collar, quick hollow tip like karate, kick martial like master.
That's really cool how they're filming that.
Carnage, it finds the cartilage, karma serve like a carbonated cola on the crucifix kill. Vincent wanna kill, who blood gets spilled? Move double that rude boy, kill or be killed. Do it for the fun, blood, do it for the thrill. Blue lights, boy, run, blue lights, boy,
Blue
chill.
lights. Get out of there. No. That'll do it. And still, they could have cut there because it went to black. Wow. The camera operator is remarkable. Same key still. Okay.
So it goes in the absence of the light. The devil sows a seed in idle mind.
Sows a seed in idle minds.
Run from the law, hide from the beacon, crouch on the floor. The cook to omit him. Hate the wolf spits on him, rapes him, hits him, kicks him when he's down, and that shapes him. He hears the sound of a copper, heart upon his tail proper, Vincent off his rocker. Bothered by the lie that Britain sold him, what a shocker. Where greedy eat the poor, a holy war, the chosen prosper. But some are never chosen, they stay frozen in the locker. Destined to survive in 9 to 5 and watch the clock, but don't think about reality, my little happy shopper. A brand new show on Netflix to distract you from the horror. And swallow all your morals for a retweet or a follow. And shadow ban the problem, man, a soul for $1. And keep the fight amongst yourself, don't think about the squalor. The systems don't impose it or the rules that we all honor. And fuck it, Vincent cooked to boiling point, he's cannon fodder. So what's the use in running, he's already in the locker. He's careless with his actions now, a clumsy motherfucker. He turned to face his fate, cause fate's a bitch, and none will stop her.
Fate will come for you.
Richard was an officer who stood
Richard
there
was an
6 foot
officer.
3. Was his first day back at work after a time of absent leave. Working London on the night shift, what he didn't think he'd see was our boy with a guitar, bruised and battered on his knees. But Richard lived in caution now, tormented by his past. Not so quick to find a trigger, not so fast. But Richard was a righteous man who lived inside the law. So he leapt upon poor Vincent and he cuffed him to the floor.
Uh-oh. Cuffs him to the floor. And that's going to be it. I want to see what happens next. There's got to be more to this story. The thing that I'm asking, wasn't it amazing? Wasn't it's incredible, isn't it? The thing that I'm asking myself at the very beginning in the prologue, the news account said that a 14-year-old girl was found stabbed, and it was, I think I've got the lyrics. I gotta scroll all the way up because there's a lot of lyrics. Tragic scenes in London, and last night, a 14-year-old girl was found dead from his fatal stab wound. Her attacker, a 14-year-old boy, was also declared dead at the scene after a violent altercation with the police. Is Vincent supposed to be the 14-year-old boy? I don't think so. Because Vincent is also a person who's been doing the 9 to 5, right? But the one thing about this, and seeing it for the first time, is that I've got the video on the left side of my screen, and I've got all the lyrics on the right side of my screen, and I keep looking here. I want to look at this, but I also want to look at this because I'm reading along as I'm hearing it. It helps me to really grasp what he's talking about, because the language is going by so quickly. But just a couple of things that I want to bring up here. At the beginning of Vincent's tale, this last one that we heard, he's saying, to my stomach, I'm sick of the same boring songs. I'm sick of these pavements I find myself on. Great Britain, I hate you. I will say that with pride. It's my right to be violent when you fed me lies. Wow. I've slaved all my life in a dull 9 to 5. I just rinse and repeat while I'm barely alive. So that's what we saw in the prologue, right? The rinse and repeat, the monotony, the unfulfillment of the daily grind and the daily life in late stage capitalism, right? You can feel like you're just a commodity instead of a person sometimes. And what does he want to do to Great Britain? He says, destroy. I want to tear apart these buildings. From these cinder blocks they stand. Leave this town in dust and rubble. Make some trouble with my hands. I won't lie, I'm fucking wasted. But I wasted all my youth. And I stay so damn complacent. Getting wasted is my truth. He's given up. He's like, what do I do? The only thing to do is just to dull and numb the pain, so I can get some sleep and get up tomorrow and do the same damn thing. Wow. He's talking about the rules of a street fight when he encounters the person that he ends up encountering. Where else? It's just amazing, y'all. So it goes, in the absence of the light, the devils sow a seed in idle minds. Vincent was shaken. Run from the law, hide from the bacon, crouch on the floor. The call to war made him hate the world. Spits on him. He says the world spits on him, rapes him, hits him, and kicks him when he's down, and that shapes him. He's just battered by the world. It does not justify the action that was depicted here. But it sure makes him a sympathetic figure, the way that it was filmed, right? And the way that he's testifying to us. Swallow all your morals for a retweet or a follow. And shadow ban the problem, man. A soul sold for $1. And keep the fight amongst yourself. Don't think about the squalor, the systems that impose it, or the rules that we all honor. And fuck it, Vincent cooked to the boiling point. He's cannon fodder. So what's the use in running? He's already in the locker. He's careless with his actions now, a clumsy motherfucker. He turned to face his fate, because fate's a bitch, and none will stop her. The only other time that I've heard language that is this impressive to me in a lyric or in something that's designed to be spoken or sung out loud is Shakespeare and some of the work by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Hamilton, to me, is Shakespearean in its language. Meaning, I think in 400 or 500 years, people will still be performing Hamilton. It's historical, it's accurate, it's breathtaking, it's got language that absolutely hits and works. And that's what I hear from Ren. With all of the artists that we have that offer art in his style, or in a style like that or similar to that, the words that he uses and his cadences, to me, are just superior from what I've heard. And I was not disappointed here. I need to see it again. I'll probably watch it 3 or 4 times. Just I'll catch more every single time. But the thing that is just as impressive to me and just as important to me about the music itself is the way that these videos are shot. back in the day, Megan and I came across a movie that was listed as a 90-minute single take movie. It was shot, I think, in St. Petersburg, Russia, and we were flabbergasted by it. I've always been really, really taken by a scene that turns, and then it turns again, and there's more interaction, and there's no cut. There's no cut. They didn't have a chance to stop and reset, or can I do that again? I didn't quite get it right. No, he's doing it all in one take. That's the way that I like to do my videos. I think that they feel more authentic, even if I hem and haw a little bit or take a little bit of extra time. It's more real if I'm just speaking off the cuff and I'm not cutting up everything, right? It's what matters to me, and so I react very viscerally. I love it when I see stuff like that. The way that they choreographed the movement and included space for the camera person to do their magic. It's wonderful. Really, really impressive. So when I was reading in today, apparently Ren had planned on releasing Vincent's tale earlier this year, but his ongoing health struggles kept him from doing so. He posted on Twitter back in April saying, "I'm undergoing my first stem cell transplant in Mexico today. The treatment program here has shifted course a bit, and I'll be receiving some pretty intense interventions up until about the 15th of April. And it reminded me just how much he has struggled with his health for a long, long time. He's been outspoken about his health struggles, sharing that he's been suffering from Lyme disease for a very long time, and he had been misdiagnosed and treated with remedies that weren't working for him for a very long time. And now that he's been properly diagnosed, he's exploring some treatments that will hopefully help him to manage his symptoms much more easily. And as a result, a lot of his songs touch on health or on health care or, providing some activism or shining a light on mental health treatments and opportunities for assistance and all of that. And here it's no different. We're looking into the psyche of a person. What happens to a person that is beaten down by the 9-to-5 monotonous, everyday, unfulfilling life? What do we do? What does a person like that do when something happens and their brain just kind of checks out and they snap? It's fascinating stuff to think about. It's really fascinating to hear sung about, and it's really important art, y'all. He continues to just thrill me every time I hear his music. So I'm very happy to have had the opportunity to get to some of his new music today with all of y'all. Y'all let me know what you think. If y'all are big fans of Ren, what other songs from his discography do you think that I would particularly enjoy here? And let me know your take on all this. Vincent tale, both in the prologue and in the second main piece that we heard. I would love to hear some of your thoughts on it. I need to go back and watch it again, and then probably again before I have real solidified thoughts on everything. But on a first listen, it just blew me away, like normal, y'all. So, yeah, Ren, you did it again. And I hope to hear more from you in the coming months and years. I hope everything keeps going well for you, and just congratulations on the new stuff. It's remarkable. It's absolutely incredible. So with that, my friends, I believe that is going to be all for me today. I thank you very much for hanging out with me. We will see you next time on another edition of the Daily Doug.